Hello students, I hope you all are fine and studying seriously these days as your pre-board exams are at hand. Students, in this recorded session of English, today we will start a new lesson, the ninth lesson of your book Footprints Without Feet, and its caption is Bholi. So before starting the lesson, I should tell you the brief synopsis of the story so that you can have an idea about the plot line of the same. So this story, Bholi, has been composed by K.A. Abbas. This story entirely moves around a girl who, due to accidental fall and disease in her childhood, faces the problem of being dull and ugly. She is always made a target by everyone for not being good looking and intelligent. Her life changes dramatically when she joins a local school nearby. In her school, she finds a very good teacher who motivates her a lot to be a learned and confident person. Later, circumstances arise when she has to give her acceptance to the marriage of an unequal match, but rejects it at the 11th hour. When she sees her father pleading to the bridegroom when he asks for dowry. So this way, this story shows the rise of a girl against social injustice. So now let's start. So now students, I will read and explain the lesson to you. Her name was Sulekha, but since her childhood, everyone had been calling her Bholi, the simpleton. Here the narrator tells us that the real name of the girl was Sulekha, but everyone in her family since her childhood had been calling her Bholi, which means gullible. Simpleton means gullible. She was the fourth daughter of Nambardar Ramlal. Nambardar is actually a title that is given to a very wealthy landlord who has great tracts of land. When she was 10 months old, she had fallen off the cot on her head and perhaps it had damaged some part of her brain. That was why she remained a backward child and came to be known as Bholi, the simpleton. So here the narrator tells us that Bholi was the fourth daughter of a very wealthy landlord, Ramlal, who used to be referred as Nambardar. When Bholi was 10 months old, she fell off the cot on her head, and probably because of this happening, some part of her brain must have got severely damaged, as a result of which she remained a backward child and therefore she came to be known as Bholi, the simpleton. At birth, the child was very fair and pretty. But when she was 2 years old, she had an attack of smallpox. Only the eyes were saved, but the entire body was permanently disfigured. Disfigured means deformed by deep black pock marks. Little Sulekha could not speak till she was 5, and when at last she learned to speak, she stammered. The other children often made fun of her and mimicked her. As a result, she talked very little. So, reading this third paragraph, we can make out how unfortunate the girl was. As when she was born, she was very pretty and fair. But when she was 2 years old, she had an attack of smallpox, resulting in the deformation of her entire body except her eyes, with deep black pock marks. Now she looked very ugly. Moreover, till the age of 5 years, she couldn't learn to speak. And when finally she learnt how to speak, she used to stammer. Therefore, the other kids used to make fun of her and even mimic her. Consequently, she talked very little. रामलाल had 7 children. जो ये बहुत ही prosperous landlord है रामलाल, इसके 7 बच्चे थे. He had 7 children, 3 boys and 4 daughters. And the youngest of them all was Bholi, और इन सब में सबसे छोटी थी भोली. It was a prosperous farmer's household and there was plenty to eat and drink. Since He was a very prosperous farmer, so there was abundance to eat and drink. घर में खाने पीने की कोई कमी नहीं थी. All the children except Bholi were healthy and strong. So सिवाय भोली के सारे बच्चे कैसे थे? They were quite healthy and strong. सिवाय भोली के. The sons had been sent to the city to study in schools and later in colleges. Ramlal had sent all his 3 sons to the city, initially to study at schools and later in colleges. Of the daughters, Radha, the eldest, had already been married. The second daughter, Mangla's marriage had also been settled. And when that was done, Ramlal would think of the third, Champa. They were good looking, healthy girls, and it was not difficult to find bridegrooms for them. So, as you know, Ramlal had 4 daughters, and the eldest of them all was Radha. So, Radha had already been married off. Okay, so now Mangla's marriage, who was second daughter of Ramlal, had now also been settled, and when that was done, जब उसकी भी शादी हो गई, मंगला की भी शादी हो गई, so Ramlal started thinking about the marriage of his third daughter Champa. अच्छा, इन तीनों बेटियों के लिए रामलाल को ब्राइड ग्रूम्स ढूंढने में किसी भी तरह की कोई प्रॉब्लम फेस नहीं करनी पड़ी होगी, क्योंकि ये तीनों की तीनों बेटियां कैसी थी? गुड लुकिंग थी, हेल्दी थी. Okay, so it was not a difficult job for Ramlal to find a suitable match for them. But Ramlal was worried about Bholi. She had neither good looks nor intelligence. So Ramlal was only worried about Bholi, as she had neither good looks nor intelligence. He was afraid she would never be married off. उसे हमेशा ये डर लगता कि कहीं ऐसा ना हो कि ये अनमैरिड ही रह जाए. Bholi was 7 years old when Mangla was married. The same year, a primary school for girls was opened in their village. The Tehsildar Sahib came to perform its opening ceremony. So here the narrator tells us that when Mangla was married, the second daughter of Ramlal, Bholi was 7 years old. In the same year, a primary school for girls was opened in their village, and the Tehsildar Sahib came to perform its opening ceremony. He said to Ramlal, as a revenue official, you are the representative of the government. Revenue means income in the village, and so you must set an example to the villagers. You must send your daughters to school. So the Tehsildar Sahib told Ramlal that as Ramlal was the revenue official, he was the representative of the government in the village. So he must set an example before the villagers by sending his daughters first to the school. Then the villagers would also start sending their daughters to school. That night, when Ramlal consulted his wife, she cried, "Are you crazy? If girls go to school, who will marry them?" So here the narrator throws light upon the narrow-mindedness of these people. रामलाल की वाइफ क्या बोली? उस रात को जब रामलाल ने सारी बात जाकर के अपनी वाइफ को बताई, वो बोलती है, क्या तुम पागल हो? अगर गर्ल्स को हम स्कूल भेज देंगे पढ़ने के लिए तो उनसे कौन शादी करेगा? इन हर ओपिनियन, if girls are sent to school, then no one would easily be ready to marry them. But Ramlal had not the courage to disobey the Tehsildar. At last his wife said, "I will tell you what to do. Send Bholi to school. As it is, there is little chance of her getting married with her ugly face and lack of sense. Let the teachers at school worry about her." So, as Ramlal didn't have the courage to disobey the order of the Tehsildar Sahib, his wife suggested him to send Bholi to school. As in her opinion, there was already little possibility of her getting married because of her lack of sense and ugly face. She suggested Ramlal to send Bholi to school and let the teachers at school worry about her. The next day, Ramlal caught Bholi by the hand and said, "Come with me. I will take you to school." Bholi was frightened. She did not know what a school was like. She remembered how a few days ago their old cow Lakshmi had been turned out of the house and sold. So the very next day, Ramlal held Bholi's hand and told her that he would take her to school. Hearing this, she became fearful as she didn't have any idea about what a school was like and what exactly happened there. She recalled how a few days ago their old cow Lakshmi was taken out of the house and then sold, as it was no longer useful for the family. No, 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 no. She shouted in terror and pulled her hand away from her father's grip. So, भोली बहुत डर गई, बहुत घबरा गई. She stammeringly said no and then pulled her hand away from her father's grip. जोर से अपना झटके के साथ हाथ छुड़ा लिया अपने पापा की ग्रिप से. What is the matter with you, you fool? Shouted Ramlal. I'm only taking you to school. Then he told his wife, let her wear some decent clothes today, or else what will the teachers and the other schoolgirls think of us when they see her? So Ramlal grew angry and calling her a fool, asked her what the matter was with her. He told her that he was simply taking her to school. Okay, and then he asked his wife to make her wear some decent looking clothes, as he was afraid what the teachers and the other girls at his school would think of their status. New clothes had never been made for Bholi. The old dresses of her sisters were passed on to her. No one cared to mend or wash her clothes. But today she was lucky to receive a clean dress which had shrunk after many washings and no longer fitted Champa. She was even bathed and oil was rubbed into her dry and matted hair. Matted means unkempt, untidy hair. Only then did she begin to believe that she was being taken to a place better than her home. So here the narrator tells us that new clothes were never made for Bhuli. She had to wear the used garments of her elder sisters. Okay, the used garments of her elder sisters were always passed on to her and she had to wear them. ओके कोई परवाह नहीं करता था उसके कपड़ों को रिपेयर करने के बारे में, धोने के बारे में कोई परवाह नहीं करता था. लेकिन आज वो इतनी लकी थी कि उसे एक साफ सुथरी ड्रेस मिल गई. हालांकि ये ड्रेस उसकी नहीं थी, चंपा की थी, जो अब उसकी नहीं आती थी क्योंकि बार बार धुलने के कारण ये ड्रेस जो थी काफी श्रिंक हो चुकी थी. ठीक है, और अब उसके आती नहीं थी इसलिए भोली को पास ऑन कर दी गई. लेकिन एक साफ सुथरी ड्रेस थी जिसे पाकर वो काफी खुश है भोली. तो इवन आज उसे नहलाया भी गया और उसके ड्राई मैटेड हेयर में ऑयल लगाया गया, उन्हें कॉम किया गया, इस तरह से उसे पूरी तरह रेडी किया गया. तब जाकर उसे ऐसा लगने लगा कि जिस जगह वो जा रही है इट मस्ट बी बेटर देन हर होम. When they reached the school, the children were already in their classrooms. Ramlal handed over his daughter to the headmistress. Left alone, the poor girl looked about her with fear-laden eyes. There were several rooms, and in each room, girls like her squatted. Squat means to sit with cross-legged on mats, reading from books or writing on slates. The headmistress asked Bholi to sit down in a corner in one of the classrooms. So here the narrator tells us when both father and daughter reached the school, they saw that all the girls were already sitting in their classrooms on the matted floor while reading from books or writing on their slates. Ramlal handed Bholi over to the headmistress and then left for home. When Bholi was left alone there, she looked around with her fear-laden eyes. Then the headmistress took Bholi to one of the classrooms and asked her to sit in a corner. Bholi did not know what exactly a school was like. Bholi नहीं जानती थी कि exactly school होता क्या है और वहां चलता क्या है. But she was glad to find so many girls almost of her own age present there. लेकिन वो ये देखकर बहुत खुश हो गई कि वहां पे उसकी एज ग्रुप की काफी सारी गर्ल्स हैं. She hoped that one of these girls might become her friend. So she was really very happy at the prospect that one of these girls might become her friend someday or other. वो खुश हो जाती है सोचकर कि इतनी सारी गर्ल्स, चलो इनमें से कोई ना कोई तो एक ना एक दिन मेरी फ्रेंड जरूर बनेगी. The lady teacher who was in the class was saying something to the girls, but Bholi could understand nothing. She looked at the pictures on the wall. The colors fascinated her. The horse was brown just like the horse on which the Tehsildar had come to visit their village. The goat was black like the goat of their neighbor. The parrot was green like the parrots she had seen in the mango orchard. And the cow was just like their Lakshmi. And suddenly Bholi noticed that the teacher was standing by her side, smiling at her. Okay. So, as it was Bholi's first day at school, she could understand nothing, whatever the lady teacher was telling the girls. She just looked at the pictures on the walls of the classroom. They all were beautiful, colorful pictures, which attracted her a lot. She saw the picture of a horse which was brown in color, exactly like the one on which the Tehsildar Sahib came to their village. Another picture she saw there was of a goat which was black in color, exactly like the one that their neighbor had. Also, in a picture she saw a parrot which was green in color, exactly like the ones that she had seen in the mango orchard. And the cow in the picture was looking exactly like their own cow, Lakshmi. At the same time, all of a sudden, she noticed that the teacher was now standing by her side and smiling at her. What is your name, little one? तो टीचर ने उससे पूछा कि बेटा आपका नाम क्या है? Bha, bho, bho. She could stammer no further than that. So she started stammering. When teacher asked her name, she started stammering. Bha, bho, bho इस तरह बोलती है और इसके बाद she could stammer no further. Then she began to cry and tears flowed from her eyes in a helpless flood. She kept her head down as she sat in her corner, not daring to look up at the girls who she knew were still laughing at her. So we can say, over her helplessness, she started crying as she had failed to enunciate, to pronounce her name properly because of her stammering tongue. And now tears were coming out of her eyes like a flood. She continued to sit in the same corner of the classroom with her head down. She didn't have the courage to look up at the girls who she knew were still laughing at her. Okay. When the school bell rang, all the girls scurried out. Scurried out means went hastily out of the classroom. But Bholi dared not leave her corner. Her head still lowered, she kept on sobbing. Sobbing means to cry noisily. So, when the schooling hours were over and the bell rang, all the girls except Bholi came hastily out of the classroom. But Bholi had neither the will nor the courage to leave her corner. She just sat there with her head down, crying noisily. Teacher once again came to her and asked her, Bholi? The teacher's voice was so soft and soothing. In all her life, she had never been called like that. It touched her heart. Bholi found the voice of her teacher very soft and sympathetic. She felt that nobody ever talked to her so politely as she did. She was deeply impressed by her teacher. Get up, said the teacher. It was not a command, but just a friendly suggestion. Bholi got up. Teacher ने क्या कहा भोली से कि बेटा खड़े हो. It was not a command. It was merely a suggestion, a kind one. So Bholi got up, खड़ी हो जाती है. Now tell me your name. बेटा अब मुझे आप अपना नाम बताओ. Sweat broke out over her whole body. Would her stammering tongue again disgrace her? For the sake of this kind woman, however, she decided to make an effort. She had such a soothing voice. She would not laugh at her. So when once again teacher came to her and asked her to tell her her name, Bholi started sweating badly, owing to her nervousness. She was afraid of being disgraced again because of her stammering problem. But for the sake of that great and kind lady, she decided to make one more attempt. She was sure that the teacher would not laugh at her. Then she started stammering again to pronounce her name. Bh, bh, bho, bho. She began to stammer. इस तरह बोलती है. Well done, well done. The teacher encouraged her. Come on, now the full name. Then the teacher encouraged her by saying well done. Okay. And she even मतलब वो उसे encourage करने की कोशिश करती हैं. And then asked her to tell her full name. भ भ भोली, ऐसे इस तरह. भ भ भोली. At last she was able to say it and felt relieved as if it was a great achievement. So eventually when Bholi was able to pronounce her name properly, she heaved a sigh of great relief as if it was a remarkable achievement for her. So आखिरकार वो बोलने में मतलब जब सक्सीड हो जाती है, अपना नेम प्रॉपरली बोल पाती है, so she became elated. Okay, she became elated at her success in pronouncing her name properly. Well done, the teacher. Well done, the teacher patted her affectionately. Affectionately means lovingly, and said, put the fear out of your heart and you will be able to speak like everyone else. So the teacher encouraged her by saying well done, and then even the teacher patted her lovingly and asked her to put the fear aside first. Then she would surely be able to speak without the slightest stammer. वो किसी भी person की तरह normally बोल पाएगी. Teacher this way encouraged her. Bholi looked up as if to ask really. So Bholi looked up at her teacher as if she wanted to ask her whether it would be possible for her to speak like other people. So students, it is sufficient for our today's class. Hope you all have understood whatever I have explained to you. Thanks for watching the video. May you all have a good day ahead.